The Smashing Machine opens with a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the life of Mark Kerr, a towering, gentle giant fighter whose fists speak louder than his words but whose soul keeps whispering for redemption. Early on we meet him in the locker room of his next bout, muscles tense, mind flickering with memories of triumph and regret, and as the camera lingers on his stillness you feel the storm beneath the calm. By his side is Dawn Staples, his romantic partner whose love is fierce yet fragile, a mirror to the fragile man inside the fighter's body. Kerr rises through the ranks of the burgeoning world of MMA and the Ultimate Fighting Championship with brutal power and steely discipline, training with veteran coach Mark Coleman, enduring drug-flavored nights of numbness and adrenaline, believing his body is invincible and his mind is unconquerable. But victory's glare casts long shadows, the crushing demands of fame, the chemical solace of painkillers, and the emotional distance from the woman who stood by him begin to crack the armor. Dawn's shimmering smile hides fear, Kerr's quiet dominance hides despair, and their fights outside the ring grow as fierce as the bouts inside it. A pivotal moment hits when that undefeated aura shatters. Kerr suffers a brutal loss at a Japanese competition, the kind that grabs your throat and doesn't let go. He stumbles into the locker room with tears hidden behind a stoic mask, and for the first time the audience senses that he's not just battling opponents, he's battling himself. The film shows his recklessness, mixing training with drugs, the body deteriorating while the myth grows, Dawn's frustration boiling into anger, and the relationship unraveling in front of his drunken blur of fame. In rehab he confronts his mirror self, the celebrated fighter, the addicted man, the husband once hopeful now haunted. On the other hand, as he returns to training under the legendary Bas Rutten, his body is stronger, but his heart is raw and naked. He wins again, reclaims a sense of identity, yet all the while he considers what it means to be a giant among men, and if being big in body means being small in truth. Dawn drifts, Kerr fights, the cage feels safe yet suffocating, and the world watches a machine built to smash but longing to feel. He must reconcile what it means to win inside, when he's already lost outside. As the Smashing Machine strides into its emotional second act, the blend of roaring crowds and silent nights intensifies. Mark Kerr and Dawn Staples circle each other, love and resentment entwined, as he considers stepping away from the blood-stained spotlight towards something real, something human. In this section you watch Kerr's metamorphosis. The fighter listens more than he roars, the bruises linger longer, the victories taste hollow without someone to share them. He takes on a pivotal fight in the Japanese Grand Prix, but his mind reels with visions of Dawn's departure, the nights he skipped while chasing glory, the woman he forgot existed beyond the locker room. In the ring his body moves like a weapon honed for destruction, but his heart is heavy with the knowledge that destruction leaves ruin behind. The scene where the punches come thick, the crowd roars, and his face bends in pain is a cry from a man who once believed he was unbreakable. The echo of his loss extends beyond the ring. Dawn's breakdown, their final confrontations, the trembling voice of a fighter asking himself if this is all worth it. The film doesn't shy away from showing weakness and letting the viewer lean in. Kerr retreats into darkness, surfaces in triumph, yet grapples with the fact that at his core he wants simple things: love that doesn't clock out, life without painkillers, mornings without guilt. He and Dawn reconcile briefly, then falter, and in that faltering you see how fame is a contract that always costs something. The final scenes show him abandoned by the roar, limping from the ring to life beyond it. In a grocery store, plain clothes on a plain man, the machine is quiet now, the fighter still there, but worn. He left the cage, but the scars remain, reminding him that every punch given and taken shapes you in ways you cannot discard. The film closes with the message that it's not just about knocking someone out, it's about fighting for yourself, your love, your soul. Mark Kerr's legend lives, but what stays longer is the man who dared to see himself as more than a smashing machine. For us as viewers, the journey hooks us, from violence to vulnerability, from idol to human, and keeps the gaze locked on the screen, because we sense the cost of every breath and the worth of every fight.